Good morning. It's Saturday, August 8th, 2026. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Wudang Qigong. We have set 11 for teaching this morning. We're going to work a little bit on the series itself, and I want to pay a bit more attention to some of the workmanship that's going on internally as we're moving. So at the beginning, I'll just do this quickly. We start out, both palms up, press down, sink. As we rise, right now my right hand comes up, my left hand is palm down. Press down. As I press down, the left hand turns over so that both hands come back to level position with the lower dantian. Right hand palm down, left hand palm up. On the other side, it's reversed. It goes this way. Right here, pull in and come up along the center line, just below the lip. Extend out. The hands form a bowl. Pull back in and sink. This series, White 8 presents a fruit. This is the White 8. Here I am. That metaphor is used extensively in Chinese literature. The idea that we're human and this is a metaphor for humans. The fruit is a peach. This is a giant peach of immortality, the same as the Monkey King Sun Wukong stole from the Emperor of Heaven and brought to Earth, and the Emperor of Heaven sent folks to come and get him and bring that peach back. That offering the peach, eating the peach, that series is something that as we pay attention to practicing it, and in particular in teaching it, paying attention to what the hands are doing, paying attention to how we coordinate the breath, and paying attention to this idea that as I extend, I present. Both hands form a bowl. That connection through the wrist, through the thumbs, through the little finger makes a lot of difference as we extend. That connection to the hands, there's a little bit of force right here. It's not just, let me put my hands here, and no, there's pressure that each hand applies against the other. So push, right? Open the fingertips and extend. As I extend, there's a sense of both up and out. It's not here, right? But it's here, this circle. As we pay attention, most everything we do is a circle in some part of a circle. As we bring up the hands from the lower dantian to the middle dantian to just below the chin here, I'm gonna need to go look up the point that we're paying attention to right here. The renjong is up here, just behind the palate, just on the upper palate, just behind the teeth. We want to connect this, absolutely. But in this exercise, we're paying attention to right here. As we extend, the twisting at the beginning. So from here, this is a twist. And I'm going to exaggerate this, but as we're paying attention to what's going on inside, this is something that we should pay attention to. So from here, I'm going to exaggerate. Both hands have energy. Both hands carry each other in that they're connected, and that connection should be clear. So, not connected. That was awful. Not connected. Still not connected. Not even close. Yeah, kind of. But that's this hand doesn't do that. It doesn't come up and then turn over and flap down. Twist. That inner twist is something that we want to cultivate. It is part of this move, and it is one of the things that we use actively in some of the other exercises, as well as in our Tai Chi form. This inner focus and using the lower dantian, using the abdominal muscles, using the waist muscles, all this pulls in order to shift. That press down as if you have something here and you want to push down on it. I've used a bed, a soft mattress, stack of pillows, a padded chair. Push. That sense of pushing on something. This hand, left hand, as in this case, right? I could be here. I will be on the other side. This term has a sense of pulling up. So twist. Both hands work together. Both hands coordinate well with the breath. Pay attention to shifting the weight and turning here, so that as you do, this is another coordination, right? As you turn, both hands turn over and begin to come together. As the hands come up, they're already in that bowl shape, so that a natural closing of the arms happens, right? I'm not working at this. It's very natural to come through and extend. Keeping the movement natural, keeping the movement well placed, well coordinated, I talk about this all the time, is part of what we want to do in the exercise. That's how we manage the breath. Pay attention to breathing in, breathing out. Pay attention to that whole body coordination. 6 sets, feet about shoulder width apart, stand straight, pull up, breathe in, press down, breathe out, and breathe in. Right hand up, left hand press down, and twist, breathe out, shift, breathe in, extend, breathe out, return, center, sink, and breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, left hand up. Breathe out, right hand turns over. Left hand presses down. Shift. Turn the toes. Hands up along the center line, just below the chin. Extend out. And return. Keep the shoulders down. Breathe in. And breathe out. And 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 breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Shift. Turn. Don't be any higher than your nose. So the fingertips align with your nose. And breathe in. And breathe out. 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 Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Extend the back leg. Sink. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring up the right hand and twist. Right palm down, left palm up. Shift onto the right. Up along the center. Hands connect with each other and extend. Pull in. Back of the hands together, sink. And breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. Return. Breathe in. And breathe out. 2 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. Last time, breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Pull up through the body as the right hand comes up, and breathe out. Twist. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Sink. Breathe in. Extend. Breathe out. Pull in. Breathe in. Settle. Breathe out. And breathe in. Palms up. Breathe out. Press down along both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Relax. The more we pay attention to what's going on inside, the more we actually do, I guess is a good way to say it. So at the beginning, the student has to learn the basic movements. There has to be a connection between the movement and the breath. Once that connection is established, and it usually doesn't take very long, but it does take practice. It does. That connection is what we want to use and develop. So here, as I breathe in, this hand, I'm using the right hand to come up. My left hand presses down, my right hand comes up. And internally, there's some resistance. I'm not just, this is just not hanging over here, and this is just not wherever it goes. There's intent, and there's as much force to press down as there is to come up. There should be some necessary tension in the body, not stiffness, but the sense that I'm lifting. I have to use strength. I am engaging my legs. Everything's working, right? The same on this side that I'm pressing down. This is up, this is down, right? This comes up, this goes down, and we twist to go the other direction. That twisting, that up and down, is a big part of what we want to work with in this exercise. The extension, I mentioned this, as we extend here, back leg, the back leg needs to go. The back leg doesn't just stay here and go, yeah, okay, there it is. No. The back leg extends with the arms. This push outward is not here, it's here. Making sure the student pays attention to that flat plane. Okay. This is the line that we're working. Okay. Even with the nose, I mentioned that in the set. The hands don't come up to here. They don't stop here. It's right here. Even with the nose. Fingertips here, or excuse me, thumb tips here, fingertips with the nose. Right? As we pay attention to the placement, the connections, and the regularity, the regular movement with the breath, we begin to develop a lot more of that sense of what's going on inside, rather than necessarily only focusing on the movement. That is what we want. If the student is only paying attention to the external movement, they need to be encouraged, I guess is a good way to say it, to pay attention to what's going on inside. That will be obvious. It shows in the movement. It really does. Especially, see it sometimes with me. I'm going to go to this side and I'm going to be lazy. I'm lazy. I'm not. Lazy. I was lazy. I wasn't, that wasn't moving quietly because I wanted to keep my movements quiet. It was lazy. It was kind of half only there. The shape of the movements was correct, but that was, I'm going to the other side. This one is correct. This one has some energy to it, and you'll be able to see, I hope, on video, you can see it in person, the difference. It's different, wasn't it? The movement is more complete. The breath is more full. I'm paying attention to the different things that I'm doing, and I am very focused on all of the internal work that I have going on. That difference is one of the things that a teacher should be able to illustrate, what I just did, so that the student can understand what the difference is. Whether that happens to be in a video, whether that happens to be in person, whether that happens to be in an illustration, however it's done, the student needs to come to understand the difference between doing something sort of beginning level, right, and doing something much more fully, more advanced level. Understanding that difference is important for learning. If the student doesn't know that this over here exists, how are they ever going to develop that skill? They can't. Thank you for being here this morning. I will not be here for philosophy class tomorrow. I'm going to skip tomorrow. I will be back next week, Friday and Saturday, with set 12 from Wudang Qigong. And next Sunday, I will be back with philosophy class. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Bye.